What's up, guys? This is Rich, back for another round of Lost Planet 3. I'm here with Andrew from Capcom. And last commentary, we were running you through a lot of the rig upgrades and some new abilities that we got from our ever-present, ever-loving mechanic, Gale. Andrew, what are we about to do now?
Well, in the last section, we saw Gale attach the platform mode upgrade to the rig, and now we've arrived at the thermal pocket that we can drill into, so we're going to go ahead and engage that platform mode.
Awesome. So now, tell me a little bit about platform mode. I mean, we're going to see it here in a second, but tell me a little bit about the sort of idea and philosophy behind putting this in Lost Planet 3 in general.
Well, we wanted to give the rig one more really important function, and we thought, the idea of sort of a deep core drilling platform, like an oil rig here on Earth, was a cool concept. And basically, it allows us to do a little bit more kind of different kinds of gameplay, because for the vast majority of the game, you're out exploring as Jim on foot or in the rig. But in this case, actually, you have to be stationary because the rig is drilling. And so that basically allows us to create a defense scenario, and you're going to see that in a second.
Can you walk us around to the front, actually, just so folks can see what that looks like? So basically, this is Jim's stuck put. He's, the rig here is drilling and getting the thermal energy for you. And now you have to protect it while it's vulnerable.
Right. Once again, we're talking over the dialogue.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
The Acrid are going to come and attack because of the vibrations and everything that are being introduced by the drilling. So I'm going to set up some weapons here, and I'll talk about these as I'm doing them. Basically, the Acrid are going to come attack, and here they are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this crossbow. This is a new weapon that I'm going to be showing here today. This is one of the weapons that Jim gets from the Snow Pirates. It's an incendiary crossbow bolt that does have splash damage, so I can hit multiple enemies with one shot. And it's also got a scope attachment, so great for sniping various types of enemies.
Tell me a little bit about that attachment. Every weapon has one attachment that you can purchase from your base of operations?
Exactly. So you'll get and or buy a bunch of different weapons over the course of the game, and then you'll be able to go into both the Coronis base and, once you arrive there, the Snow Pirate base as well, in order to buy new weapons and then buy upgrades. And each weapon has its own unique upgrade. In this case, it is the scope attachment for the crossbow.
Just in case folks maybe missed the first part of the commentary, we are actually a significant way into the game at this point, right? Or a reasonable way. How far are we again?
We're a little past the halfway point.
Okay, so you're not running into those Snow Pirates or that base for quite some time, basically.
No, this is actually after you've had your first contact with them and have actually come back to Coronis and you're getting this mission.
Gotcha. Now tell me a little bit about, we've got a little bit of a new interface on the bottom left hand of the screen there. Tell me a little bit about what's going on there.
Sure. The top part, the orange bar, shows how much thermal energy is left in this particular pocket of energy. So once that hits 0, I'll be done with this particular drilling job. And then the blue bar is my rig's health. And since it's currently incapacitated, if you will, because it's drilling, I have to protect it and repair it by hand. And the Acrid are they're really upset with all of the noise. And so you can see they're not happy with the rig. So they're going to come and attack it in addition to attacking me. So I've really got to defend against it.
And right now, we just saw that. I mean, they're climbing up all over this thing. So you got to really kind of look around and figure out where they are.
Exactly. And one of the great things about platform mode is it really allows us to put more enemies on screen than you can anywhere else. Because you're kind of fixed in this area, and so we can throw a lot of resources at enemies, and that's really fun. And as you can see, I'm using the PIG, the pig, which is a type of a nail gun. That's another Snow Pirate weapon to take these guys on.
I think the Snow Pirates have all the cool weapons in this game.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, I mean, obviously you're kind of beating down these guys pretty easily, but these are little dudes that you run in from like the first minute of the game.
Yes, these are the Supply. They're one of the smallest and simplest enemies.
And I mean, presumably it can get a lot harder from here. I mean, this is sort of this is the first time wherever you actually see the platforming mode within the game, right? So this is just more of an introductory idea, basically.
Yeah, exactly. The first time you use it, it's kind of set up as one of the story missions, so you have to kind of do it just to get a feel for what it's like. And then, much in the way I did the thermal post earlier on foot, you'll be able to find these pockets throughout the environment using an upgrade that you can purchase that will use that same kind of sonar to find the pockets. And then so basically the platform mode after this first time is an optional objective that you can do that is a way to earn a lot of extra money.
Okay, cool.
So as I'm finding off the Acrid, and yes, these guys are easy, but when you got like, a ton of them on screen like
Yeah,
that.
there's quite a few, and they're also lobbing things at you in the distance.
Exactly,
There's more projectile-based ones.
And we saw a couple of claws come up from the ice here. I think there's something bigger that's not too happy, that's scaring off some of these smaller Acrid. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to use the repair function to repair this, just so that my rig doesn't die on me.
And control-wise, you're actually using the twin sticks to kind of align them properly.
Exactly, and the controller vibrates as I get closer to kind of give me a hint. I'm also going to swap out a couple of other weapons here just for fun.
And so, just for reference, this is the locker that's built into your rig, and
Yes.
basically any weapon you get in the game is always accessible from that point.
That's correct, yes. The weapons locker is always on the rig, even not only during platform mode, but also just in normal play. You can get off and you can go and access it on the leg. So you can carry 2 weapons plus your pistol at any time, but any weapon that you've bought is in your locker, and so you can come and grab it anywhere.
So you're actually about 2/3 of the way through this, but now you're finding these are the hunters. Is that
the pack hunters?
Pack
that's
hunters,
correct, yes.
right? So now things are starting to get a little more
Oh
challenging.
yeah, these guys are pretty tough. They can take a lot of punishment. I'm using the pulse rifle right now, which is a secret weapon actually that you have to find in the hidden area.
Oh, cool.
I'm using that, but I'm also going to switch over to the grenade launcher because that'll give me some firepower that I need.
So I mean that's actually an interesting point. There are actually weapons hidden in the world that aren't just something you buy from a store.
Exactly.
Okay, that's really cool. Are there a significant number of those, or is the pulse
there are a
rifle?
couple. I mean, they're really meant for the completionists and the people who want to to get upgrades and figure out how to find where they go. The hint that I'll give is that these are kind of experimental weapons, and so they're found in facilities that you would expect that have to have experimental equipment.
Interesting. I mean, so there are some of these hidden weapons. Are there things for your rig that you can find similarly like that, like other hidden ideas or equipment pieces that you can find elsewhere?
Not for the rig. The rig is totally Gale's job.
Ah, okay, sure. He won't let anybody else touch it.
Exactly.
Sure.
And the rig is something that is kind of Gale's specialty, so it's really his domain.
Sure. All right, so you fended off the hunters. It looks like what? I guess you get a little bit of a breather to
Get a little bit of a
re-equip.
breather, but I have a feeling that things are not over yet because
We still got 20% or so, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that, and we saw those claws come up from the ice earlier, and I have a feeling
Subtle
that there's something going on
There
here.
he is.
Uh-oh.
What's the name of this beastie? We've seen him before, but what's his name?
This is the ice crab.
Okay.
It's basically an ice crab. The snow pirates have a name for all the creatures that's a little bit more kind of in the mythos.
Right.
The Nevic guys and Jim.
On the nose.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
The crab.
That's what you'd call it. If you were on a new planet and you found something that looked like a giant crab with ice on, you'd probably call it an ice crab.
I don't know if I think I would just utter some swear words and run away very quickly.
All right, so I mean, true to most Acrid, you're going after the orange spots here.
Yep.
Trying to sever off his limbs.
Yes, and once I've been able to do that, there's a little trick here. You can throw a grenade in the mouth, and that will help take off some of that ice on the back.
Right.
I'm going to pull out the halberd, which is our second experimental weapon. This actually has a
nice.
charge shot, so I'm going to use this against the ice on the back.
It's got it looks like you even upgraded it with a, yep, there is the scope.
Yeah, there's the scope.
Cool. Now, so I mean, you were mentioning debug magic earlier. Are these weapons all pretty much appropriate to where someone would be at this point in the game, or have you upgraded yourself a little beyond?
Oh, I've upgraded myself a little bit beyond where you would expect to be.
Okay.
Come on, you gotta have fun.
Yeah.
Ow. Ouch.
Maybe you needed it.
Yes, exactly. Well, the shotgun that I'm going to use here on this thing is the first weapon you get. So,
Sure.
Don't fret. You will get some cool weapons from the get-go.
You will at least have the shotgun.
Yeah, and this shotgun currently has the upgrade installed. It's the extended stock that helps tone down the recoil on the shotgun.
Cool.
So I'm going to finish off this crab, and then that should allow us to get
Escape.
back in the rig and finish this mission.
Yeah, because it actually looks like it's finished drilling, so
Yes.
you're basically just trying to get rid of this guy so that you can
Yeah, but
safely get along the
he's
way.
pretty tough.
No, and it actually looks like, for those of you who watched some of our previous commentaries might recognize the bottom right flickering. Basically, you've gotten far enough away from your rig now that you're starting to lose sort of your data, basically.
Exactly. All right, let's see if I can finish him off. I got another grenade here for you. Eat that. Yes.
Do it.
All right. A couple more well-placed shots, and we should.
And he's basically stunned at this point.
Exactly.
Right?
The
So
grenade
free
was a
reign.
nice stun.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can tag him with the halberd.
Close.
Almost there. Come on now. Come on.
Like his last stand.
Yes.
There, there we go. There we go. There he goes.
That's all it took. And then, for good measure.
Yeah, just in case he's not dead. Cool.
All right, I'm going to run back.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, man, I did get far away, didn't I? I'm going to run back and jump in, and I want to see how much thermal energy I earn from this.
Right.
And then
something tells me this like length of task here will get you quite a bit of energy.
Well, I mean, look at the size of that drill. That's pretty beefy.
Yeah. So now and then each time you're doing this, you're fighting different types of waves of enemies, right?
Exactly.
Right. Cool.
So this pocket was in this particular area, and then if I find another pocket in another area, of course, different acre live in different areas. So I'll get attacked by whatever happens to live in that particular environment.
While we're chatting, pay attention to that number, the yellow number sort of on the right-hand side. Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of thermal energy from this, which is very nice.
Yeah, and so I mean now Jim's done. He's chatting with Gale, and everything's good, and he's on his way to his next mission, pretty much.
That's right. I just got a call from Dr. Roman, who is the chief science officer, asking me to come visit her. So, in this way, in Lost Planet 3, I mean, obviously you'll be going back to your home base quite a bit as well, but we always try to egg you on and push you towards your new objectives as well.
Cool. That's awesome. All right. Well, as that number of thermal energy continues to climb, we're going to leave you here. For all things Lost Planet 3, stay tuned to IGN.